In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful, we give him praise and thanks for his mercy and his goodness to the human family. If all the trees upon the earth were pens to write with, and if all the oceans were ink, and then another 7 oceans to add to its supply, the writing would still not be enough to explain the glory of God, for he's the exalted, all powerful, all wise. We confide in no other in our time of need, and we praise no other in our good fortune. He is one. And even if I lived to be 1,000, it would still not be enough to thank God for his many blessings and gifts. We thank God for the Metu Neter, oracles, scriptures, and writings that came thousands of years before any organized religion on the continent of Africa to show that we were a spiritual and a civilized people. We thank God for Moses in the Torah, Jesus in the Gospel, and Muhammad with the Quran. I greet everyone in words of peace. To my Christian family, praise the Lord. To my Black conscious family, Hotep. To my Muslim family, Assalamu alaikum. To my Hebrew Israelite family, Shalom. And to my people in the streets, what's good to you? It all means peace. So again, this is Brother Shareef with the Hour of Power. Go to Hour of Power, Shareef Hamid on YouTube. Subscribe and share the channel. You know the motto, so we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. It's been a long time, YouTube family. I'm so sorry for neglecting you on this channel doing live videos. I've been so busy doing Facebook Live videos and then eventually uploading them to YouTube. So you really haven't been missing anything. But I haven't done a YouTube Live video in a long time. So I'm going to try to get back on that. It's pretty late here on the East Coast up north, but I'm just trying to be busy, try to be proactive in getting messages out there that once again can lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. But I promise that in the future, with God's help, I'm gonna try to do more YouTube live videos, and hopefully we can get my subscribers on the Hour of Power to tune in, and maybe get some other people from the outside that are not necessarily subscribers to log in, so we can all benefit and learn from these timely messages. We believe that on this channel that we can prove what we say with no limit or time, and no matter what your background is, what your race is, if you're open-minded enough, and if you don't let the flavor of what I deliver to you, shut your ears and close up your heart. If you don't let the flavor of that shut you off, I believe anyone can learn from it. It is a little rough. Yeah, it's rough, but I believe it's the truth, 100%, that we can prove with no limit or time. So again, you may not like the flavor of it, but one thing no one will say is that Brother Shareef is a liar, that the Hour of Power is a liar, and that we're disseminating false, inaccurate, or useful information that's not useful. No one will say that. So tonight's message, particularly for our sisters, particularly for our Black and Latino sisters, is what's your intentions with me? Especially for those who are looking for a mate, looking for a lifelong partner, and especially a husband. Um, my channel is to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people, but I have a special connection and a really try to look out for the well-being of our sisters, all of our brothers too, but our sisters, because they are the mothers of this earth, the mother of our children, and we got to take special and better care of them. So that's tonight's topic. Nothing long, nothing real deep, but something thought-provoking. That's what we try to do on this channel. What are your intentions with me? It's many sisters out there who are single. All you got to do is look at statistics with the CDC and Black relationships and different things like that, And it is no secret that anywhere between 60 to 65% of black households are headed by black women. I'm a therapist and a counselor. I'm a mobile therapist. So I go, people don't come to me for therapy and counseling. I go to them. So I see it for myself. I don't need any statistics to validate what's going on. And it's sisters um, that are young, sisters that are in my peer group, and older sisters that are looking for a good man. And these women, most of them, they deserve a good man. They do. Many of our sisters have good hearts. I believe their intentions are good, but so many of them have been let down, abused, misled, lied to, the whole nine. And many of uh, the men that are doing that in this day and age look like us. Now, a lot of them are misguided because a lot of men, a lot of our brothers haven't even been shown chivalry or love 101, how to take care of a queen. I was out in the streets today with the Black Love Movement. Look that up. I'm going to try to get an LLC on that. But I started a movement here in Pennsylvania called the Black Love Movement, where we go out in the streets to combat violence and bloodshed. And we try to promote peace, love, unity, and education in the community. So I was on what they call the West End side of town here in PA. We're right outside of Philly and in between Baltimore, right? And I ran across uh, two young ladies and a young brother. The two sisters were only in the 12th grade, young enough to be my daughters. And the young brother was in 11th grade. And I was just talking to them, and I believe they were from the Dominican Republic, but they knew and understood the connection with Africa, that we're basically all the same people, talking about the Latino, the black, and the brown family. And I really directed my talk towards the sisters. They were really tuned in, very intelligent, very respectful. And I told them, if you don't get anything out of my conversation, because we talked for a while, again, they were only in the 12th grade. I said, if you don't get anything out of this conversation, I want you to walk away from this knowing your high value, and for you to protect yourself and to protect and know the value of you being a queen. That was the conversation I had with these two young ladies. And the brother was listening too, but I really wanted him to tune in to what I was saying to them. I said, protect yourself and know your value as a queen. I said, have you ever been, still talking to the sisters, I said, have you ever been to Kay's Jewelers? And they have all those expensive pieces of jewelry there. The prize is the diamond or whatever, or diamond ring. They said, yes, we seen that. I said, did you ever see anyone walk in there and just feel? Now I want you to connect this to how some of our sisters are literally treated like meat. I said, have you ever seen anyone just walk into these jewelry stores and it's the prize diamond or the prize piece of jewelry? Anyone just walk in there, start feeling all over the jewelry, fondle it, take it out for a few days, and maybe they will purchase it after they do what they want with it for a few days? They said, no. I said, where is that piece of jewelry? They said, it's usually locked up in a case. I said, exactly. Can you touch and feel all over it? They said, no, it's very much guarded. I said, yes, that is you. That is you. They do not let anyone walk in there with their prized piece of jewelry, feel and touch all over it. Maybe you will buy and maybe you won't. Take it home and do whatever you want with it and then bring it on back and put it back in the case. Absolutely not. You're going to have to make a commitment to that piece of jewelry before you can take it out of that store. Well, if that's a piece of jewelry, an inanimate object that's not human, and they value that jewelry the way they do, then why can't you be shown that same reverence and respect? It about blew their mind, not because it was me, because it was the truth from the Most High. I'm just delivering the message because I care. So that's what I want the sisters to compare themselves to and more. Just like that prized piece of jewelry in Kay's Jewelers and whatever these other jewelry stores are that almost worship an inanimate object. You can't go in there and feel and touch over it. And if you do, they're standing right there to make sure you handle that piece of jewelry with reverence, care, and respect. And you just can't take it out and play with it. You're going to have to make a commitment, and it's going to cost you. Yes. When are we going to treat our women, and in particularly our young daughters, like that? And sisters who, it's plenty of sisters in their 30s, 40s, who have been through a lot of failed relationships, and they're damaged. So they need to hear this too. So anyone out there listening, please share this message with anyone you think that this can benefit with, particularly our sisters, just like that prized piece of jewelry, right? You just can't take it out and do what you want with it without making a commitment. And that's just an inanimate object. So if a brother approaches you, sisters, and I hope some sisters get a hold of this. I know it's late. It's after 10:30 on the East Coast, but that's the beauty of YouTube. Once the message is there, it's there, and you can share it and view it as many times as you want. This ain't Facebook. So I'm not worried that no one is really viewing. I see one person there. I appreciate you listening, whoever you are. If a brother approaches you, kicking game, right? You should stop him in his tracks, sisters, and say, what is your intentions with me? Not, don't let your eyes, even though that's just a part of human nature, lead where you're going to go and how much he's going to have access to you. And his muscles, his waves, and what he got on means next to nothing. It's what's here and what's here. What is your intentions with me? If he starts stuttering and stammering over his words, oh, what the F does that mean? You know you got a damn clown on your hands, and you should break for the first exit. What is your intentions with me? What do you mean by that? Just what I said, brother. What's your intentions with me? If he can't answer that precise and quick and on point, you most likely got a damn clown on your hands, and you should run and scream for help. Get away. Like the movie said, get out. Get out. When we were in Africa, men didn't have easy access to our sisters like that. Hence is why the family was so strong. You had to go through the father to get to our girls. And if he didn't see that you were capable of providing for his little princess, his daughter, along with the approval of the wife, it was a no-go. Can you provide for my daughter? What's your substance? How do you make a way for yourself? If you couldn't answer those basic questions, and if you couldn't get past that first test, you didn't get access to these sisters. Taking her to some damn McDonald's or something, and then before you know it, you're having a late night jousting session with her. And after you get done having these jousting sessions, you're off to your next victim. That's basically, for the most part, what's going on. Hence is why we have so much teenage pregnancy, sexual abuse, why so many of our sisters have all but lost confidence in black men. Because so many of them are being used and abused. Not all brothers, but I'm just saying that many of our sisters aren't protected, and the brothers aren't being taught chivalry one-on-one, how to treat a woman. And I also asked these young sisters, I said, when was the last time a brother, meaning just a brother in the community, referred to you as a queen, gave you that title? Hey, queen, how you doing? They couldn't remember the last time a man referred to them as a queen, including their own father. This is what they told me. I said, okay, I'm sorry that you weren't given your proper title. I said, now, when was the last time a man referred to you as a bitch? They said, today. It happens all the time. We are called bitches all the time. I said, really? That is really a shame. Really a shame. Couldn't remember when the last time someone called them a queen, which we are. Again, most of our sisters have good intentions. They just been mistreated. Hence is why some of them are so belligerent and vulgar and difficult to deal with, because they've been mistreated. But when I asked, when's the last time someone called you the B word? They said, today. It happens all the time. And they only in 12th grade. That is verbal abuse. Because of these nasty and filthy and deaf style music that our youth is listening to, that's where most of it is coming from. And again, just not being taught chivalry one-on-one, how to treat a woman, how to treat our sisters, any woman. I don't want any woman to be mistreated, but I'm into lifting the mind, body, and soul of our women. No ill intent against anyone else, but our women have been mistreated since they stepped foot in North America via the transatlantic slave trade. They've been mistreated, abused, raped, sexually abused. No wonder physically abused. And now, because of our miseducation and lack of love, we are the main perpetrators of this abuse, talking about black men. Shame, shame, shame. And I apologize when in the Arabic word for ignorance is jahiliyyah. When I was in jahiliyyah, that's the Arabic word for ignorance. When I was there and didn't know any better, I apologize to any sister or woman who I disrespected, but never again. I know better now. I've been awoken. So I apologize to all our sisters who are going through things and who are not being shown how to be treated as a woman. But just because a trap is there for you, sisters, that don't mean you got to fall for it, right? What are your intentions with me? That's what you should be asking. If he can't answer that basic question quick, precise, and on point, you might want to run the other way. Because many men are thinking with the head down here and not this. So if he can't give you a precise answer of what his intentions are with you, you can about guess what his real intention is with you. It's to use you like a toy and an object and then go on to his next prized possession. You're worth more than that. You know that. Or maybe this video and others will awaken what you don't know. But I hope you know that you are worth more than some man just having a late night jousting session with you. You should make him earn that. That kind of pleasure should only be for your husband or someone who intends to dignify you as a queen. And then he gets the right, your husband gets the right to enjoy the pleasure that only a woman can give. What else is better than that? Especially coming from our sisters. I can't think of anything better. If there is something better, than the pleasure that a woman can give, especially a woman who backs you, is in your corner, supports your dreams and your goals, and believes in you. There's nothing better. If there is something better, God must have saved it for himself. That's how valuable you are. But you must know it, especially my sisters. You don't need all that fake hair. You don't need no makeup. You definitely don't need no butt implants and breast implants. Whatever you have, that's what the Most High meant for you to have. I've been seeing these videos and these horror stories of sisters getting butt implants and it ruining, almost killing some of them. Why? Some of us are short and thick, tall and thick, tall and slim, short and slim, brown sugar, caramel, chocolate, French vanilla deluxe, like the song from Wu-Tang, ice cream. Butter pecan caramel, French vanilla chocolate deluxe, ice cream. We got it all. You don't need to add nothing to you. If you walked around with 10 blankets on, a man is still going to want you. It's just a matter of, it's not a matter of, can you get a man? The question is, what kind of man? And I believe that question that I have posed on this post can save you a lifelong of heartache, tears, and it may even save your life. What are your intentions with me? Simple question, but it's a loaded one. And if he can't answer that, then he failed the first and the only test that you should give him to have access to you. A lot of damn clowns running around here, just looking for someone to add to his trophy case in the form of a human being. I used to do it when I was younger, when I was in Jahiliyyah, when I was in ignorance. But I was following behind other misguided people. But I woke up. I don't mistreat women anymore. I love women. And whenever I can uplift them, especially our sisters, that's why I'm on here. So y'all can know your value. I want you to think about that and think about this. This simple question: what are your intentions with me? We go to the car lot and we do a lot of investigation when buying a car, an inanimate object. When we go to the jewelry store, like the analogy I gave earlier, we give thought into that. Another inanimate object. Even when some sisters go to buy some shoes, they'll look at this shoe and try this shoe on. And may even go to another store and another store before they get what? The right fit. That is an inanimate object. But yet, when it comes to a human being who has access to you and possibly your children, it is a lot of brothers out here who are sick. Some who have been incarcerated and they have been violated. Some of them may not have been incarcerated, but they still have been violated sexually. Some of these brothers are sick and they haven't got no counseling or therapy, and you're going to allow them to have access to your children? So while he's slow dancing and romancing you and whispering sweet nothings in your ear, he's peeping over your shoulder at your budding daughter. A daughter that has bigger ass and tatas than some of y'all. That is hard for a sane man to concentrate with. Can you imagine a sick man being around all that? And even your sons aren't safe these days. Yeah. Sick, sick, sick. Finishing out, get this book, which will explain what I just said in detail with the evidence. Violence in the lives of black women, battered black and blue. Violence in the lives of black women, battered black and blue, by Dr. Carolyn West, talks about the history of abuse of black women from slavery time all the way up to now. I'm going to show it to you again. Violence in the lives of black talks about how black girls at as early as the age of 8 have been subjected to sexual abuse, fingering, fondling, forced oral sex, the whole nine, as early as 8. And most of it is from the mother's boyfriend or stepfather. Sad, sad, sad. All of us, if I was to line up all black families, maybe Latino families in America, I'll bet you all of them, if they're honest, have experienced this themselves or heard of it. It's a deep, dark family secret. Finishing out, I want to read a prayer that is dedicated to those who have been victims of physical and sexual abuse. And this is for those to give them inspiration. And then I'll be done. Thank you for listening. Created them to be. Be to them the soothing balm that eases their pain. Of their high value and worth to you. Surely you are the mighty, the wise, and the renderer of justice. Hear us, O God, as we call unto you. Admonish the evildoers and bring them to justice. This is Brother Shareef with the Hour of Power. Please share this video, especially with like minds. Go to Hour of Power, Shareef Hamid on YouTube. Subscribe and share the channel so we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. I leave you in peace as I came. Assalamu alaikum.